Hello students, today we start our new chapter, that is electrostatic. First topic of it is applications of Gauss law. Application of Gauss law means we have to use the Gauss law to find electric field intensity due to various charge distribution. In 11th standard, we have found out electric field intensity due to a point charge or due to an electric dipole. But here we have to find out the electric field due to various charged bodies like hollow sphere, infinite plane sheet or a wire where charges are distributed uniformly. For that purpose, some concept which we already learned in 11th standard, we have to revise it quickly. That first concept is the charge distribution. Charge distribution types: non-uniform or discontinuous charge distribution or uniform or continuous charge distribution. In non-uniform charge distribution, as its name suggests, charge distributed unevenly or non-uniformly as shown in the figure. In uniform charge distribution, it has three types: linear charge distribution, surface charge distribution or density, and volume charge distribution. Linear charge distribution. If a charge Q is distributed uniformly along a line conductor or a metal ring, then this type of charge distribution is called as a linear charge distribution. It is expressed in terms of linear charge density, that is a lambda, which is equal to charge per unit length. Next is the surface charge distribution. If we consider a charge Q uniformly distributed over a surface area A, then the surface charge density is defined as a charge per unit area. Now next one is the volume charge distribution. If the charge is distributed throughout a volume V, then volume charge density rho is defined as a charge per unit volume. For application of Gauss law, we must know what is Gauss law. Although we learn it in class 11th, have you remembered the statement of Gauss law? Yes. It state that the total electric flux through a closed surface is equal to 1 upon epsilon times the magnitude of the charge enclosed. So phi, that is total net electric flux, is equal to Q upon epsilon 0. Means if a charge is enclosed in any closed surface, the total electric lines of force passing through that surface is always equal to the total charge divided by the permittivity of that particular medium. Now next is the concept of electric flux. Electric flux over an area in an electric field represent the total number of field lines crossing this area. Electric flux phi is equal to integration of d phi, that is closed integral of vector E dot ds. That means the dot product of vector E and vector ds, where theta is what? Smaller angle between vector E and ds. Vector E is the strength or intensity of the electric field, and vector ds is an area vector which is always perpendicular to the surface. So our first derivation, to find electric field intensity due to an infinitely long uniformly charged wire. So consider a uniformly charged long wire like this, and suppose a plus Q charge is uniformly distributed like this. As we have seen that the charge is distributed along the wire. Linear charge density lambda is here, and linear charge density is a charge per unit length. Now we have to find the electric field intensity at point P, which is at a distance r from the wire. If we want to apply the Gauss law, we have to find the Gaussian surface. Now as this is a wire, we can consider as a cylinder as a Gaussian surface. If we enclose this charge in a closed cylinder, then we can apply the Gauss law. So how to draw the cylinder? Now here r is the radius of that cylinder, and we consider a small length of this infinitely long wire, that is L. So I will draw like this. So our figure become like this. This is a radius r and this is a length L. Now first you understand what is the concept of the cylinder. This is a cylindrical shape. You can see that it has a three parts. This is part first, this is part second, and this is curve part, which is a third region. Fine. So similarly we can divide this cylinder also in three parts. Here is the first region, second region, and this is a third region. If I consider a small area ds at point P on the Gaussian surface, like this, the direction, now we consider the plus q charge, so the direction of the electric field will be obviously radially outwards. And what about its magnitude? As we know that electric field will be the same at all points, so value of electric field is E and the direction is radially outward. Now if I consider the curved surface, the direction of the area vector is same as the electric field. Why? Surface area vector is always outward perpendicular to the surface. This is a cylindrical shape, and if I want to draw the area vector to this region, it will be like this. This is the area vector radially outward perpendicular to the surface. Here also the outward perpendicular to the surface, and for the curved region it will be like this. Fine. So this is our cylinder. Suppose this is our cylinder in which charge is enclosed, and charge is positive charge, so direction of the electric field is radially outward like this. So direction of the area vector is like this. For curved region, theta is equal to 0 degree. For first region, direction of the electric field is like this, and the direction of the area vector is like this. So angle will be 90 degree, and same for this. So here the direction of the electric field and area vector is same. So theta is equal to 0 degree. Here the direction of the area vector and electric field intensity is equal to 90 degree, and here also 90 degree. So our first step, linear charge density lambda is equal to charge per unit length. So Q I can write in terms of linear charge density lambda L. Now next step is by definition of electric flux, phi is equal to what? Closed integral of vector E dot vector ds. Now as we know that electric flux is the scalar quantity, so I can write the electric flux through region 1 plus electric flux due to the region second and electric flux due to the region third. That means I can add it algebraically. For region first, I can write integration of vector E dot ds plus integration of vector E dot ds plus integration of vector E dot ds. For first region, integration of E ds, now dot product cos of, what will be the theta for first region? 90 degree. In second region, same, E ds cos of 90 for second, for first. And what will be the third region? Integration of E ds cos of 0 degree. As we know, integration cos of 90 is equal to 0 and cos of 0 is equal to 1. So first two terms will be automatically become 0 plus integration of E ds 1, that is E ds. Here ds is a very small area. We calculate the electric flux passing through the area ds. If we integrate area ds, then electric flux passing through the total surface area we get. And we know that the electric field, that is E, is constant. So I can take it outside, integration of ds. So integration of ds is what? Curved surface area of the cylinder. Because this becomes 0, this becomes 0. So I can write here integration of ds is equal to curved surface area of cylinder, which is equal to 2 pi r L. Remember this, it is equal to 2 pi r L. So finally phi is equal to what? E into 2 pi r L, which is my first equation. Fine. Now I have to find the total electric flux by applying the Gauss law. By Gauss law, phi is equal to what? Q upon epsilon 0. But in terms of charge, linear charge density, I can write Q is equal to lambda L upon epsilon 0. And this is my second equation. Now observe equation first and second. LHS are same. So RHS are also same. So I can write comparing equation 1 and equation 2, we get E 2 pi r L is equal to lambda L epsilon 0. Now modify these equation for the E. E is equal to what? Lambda L 2 pi r L into epsilon 0. LL get cancel. I get E is equal to lambda 2 pi r epsilon 0. And I can write E is inversely proportional to the R. that is the distance of the point. Why? Because linear charge density is constant, 2 pi and epsilon 0 is constant. Understood? Our next derivation is what? To find the electric field intensity due to a thin charge infinite plane sheet. Now, if I consider a plane sheet, thin plane sheet like this, on which charge q is uniformly distributed. Here I draw like this. Why? Because it is a very large, that is infinitely long sheet, but I consider a small part of it. That's why I draw like this. And this is a charge distributed on it, and its surface charge density is sigma, which is equal to surface area charge per unit surface area. Now I have to find what? The electric field intensity at point P due to this charge sheet. I want to find out the electric field intensity at point P. So think about the Gaussian surface. Gaussian surface is a surface in which charge should be enclosed. So I can apply the Gauss law. So here if I draw a cylindrical shape like this, cylinder like this, and this charge is closed in that cylinder, right? Now consider, this is a, look at this, this is a infinite plane sheet on the either side of which positive charges are distributed. So its direction will be radially outward like this. Fine. If a cylinder is passing through this infinite plane sheet like this, then some charge is enclosed in that cylinder. Now again it has a 3 region, again first region, second region, and this is a curved part, that is a third region. So this is infinite plane sheet plus q charge is distributed like this. Surface charge density is sigma. This is a point P at which I have to find the electric field intensity, and as we know, the E is the positive electric field intensity's direction is radially outward, and the magnitude is same, that is E. Now area vector, as in previous derivation we have also seen that this will be the area vector is, now this is a cylinder, area vector will be like this, and electric field lines are also this, like this. So theta is equal to 0 for this part. For same in this part also, electric field lines are radially outward, and this is a area vector, and for curved region area vector is like this. So for curved region the theta is equal to 90 degree. So understood? So sigma, that is surface charge density, is equal to charge per unit area, that is q is equal to sigma E. You have to remember this. Now I have to find out the electric flux. By definition of electric flux, phi is equal to closed integral of vector E vector ds. Now same as our in previous derivation, we have to divide the cylindrical shape in 3 regions, first, second and third, and I have to find the electric flux through the cylinder, so I have to add it algebraically. So phi through first region, phi through second region, and phi through third region. Again I can write integral of vector E ds. Here I write the closed integral. Why? Because I have to find the electric flux through this closed surface cylinder. Here I have considered only first region, that is therefore I have write here integral only. Second and third. Now tell me what will be the angle for first region. We have seen that is a first region angle is 0. So I can write integration of E ds cos 0 plus integration of E ds cos 0 plus integration of E ds cos of 90. Now we know cos of 0 is equal to 1 and cos of 90 is equal to 0. So first term will be E ds 1 plus integration E ds 1 plus 0, as cos of 90 is 0. So what I get? I get 2 integration of E ds. As we know the value of E is constant, so I can write 2E integration over a small surface, that is ds. So I can write here, what is the meaning of ds? That is the integration of the small surface area. So that is the total surface area of the cylinder. So I can write here A, total surface area of the cylinder, vector ds. So by definition, by Gauss law, close integral of E ds, which is equal to phi, which is equal to q upon epsilon 0, and q can be written as sigma a upon epsilon 0 for phi. This is my second equation and this is my first equation, comparing equation first and second. I get 2EA is equal to Q upon epsilon 0, which is equal to sigma A upon epsilon 0. Now I have to modify this equation in terms of electric field intensity, that is E is equal to sigma A upon epsilon 0 into 2A, which is equal to sigma 2 epsilon 0, that is the electric field intensity at a point due to a thin charge infinite plane sheet. Understood? Thank you.